What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio. Shout in as always. I got my podcast partner off in this thing. OG Gangsta
Galaxy Wig,
aka
Galaxy Wig. I'm gonna start just cutting it off.
So now you gonna start remixing me?
I'm remixing you right off the rip right now.
Every
Bring
Galaxy.
it back.
No, don't be remixing me, man. But no, Big Galaxy. Answer me this, man. You know, we were on Instagram over the weekend, and you know, it was wild to see Charleston White. He was, you know, he done got into comedy, so he was doing his stand-up comedy, which has been pretty successful for him so far. And however, this go around, it seems like he got into an altercation while on stage. Now, before we go into this, it didn't surprise me because, you know, we had the Ha Ha Mafia in here the other day.
Right.
And the first thing that, you know, K-Dem said was that a fight gonna come with that being a stand-up comedian.
Correct.
So, I mean, that's just part of the game. You got to be prepared to go. But how did you feel about, you know, Charleston cutting his teeth in comedy and then having to fight for his life in the middle of his set?
Now, I'm one of the ones that posted the video itself.
Okay.
I want to say it was in Texas.
Okay.
And it was probably, you know, like I said, it was with, from my understanding, because I wasn't there, so I don't know, it's probably one of the camps or something, the mini camps that he has gotten into it with.
Okay.
Now, I want to add some context to this, because my mother always tells me this, never assume everyone knows what you're talking about. There's people that's watching right now that don't even know who Charleston White is or what we're speaking of.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give y'all, stay with me, I'm going to give y'all a quick summary of what's going on so you can understand.
Yeah.
Charleston White is a activist slash comedian slash YouTube star.
Yeah.
Okay. Each hood, or the hood I'm from Decatur, you from West Side, y'all probably did.
Atlanta.
But yeah, West Atlanta.
Yeah.
But we had Charleston Whites in our hood back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. They would come up to the trap reading the Bible. Y'all killing the community. Blah, blah, blah. You're on the corner every night. Do something, go lead your family. So we've always had Charleston Whites.
Yeah.
Now we have social media, so now Charleston Whites are being highlighted. So let me get that, you know, out to the people first. He is not the first to do this. Second of all, he does, from my understanding, does community activism. I hear he goes into jails.
Yeah.
He's at the community events.
Yeah.
You know, talking to the Senate, trying to get laws passed, all these type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just a quick summary of who we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I kind of wanted to get into about that particular situation. Not the point of the actual fight itself, but as black people, do we have the right to be able to really say what we want to say here? Meaning, can I be brutally honest with my brothers and my sisters without being attacked for it? Now, I want to rewind this, and I was telling you this earlier. When acting first, when movies and stuff first came out, some of the movies that us as in our community that we glorified was Scarface,
Superfly,
was Shotas, was Nino Brown, New Jack City.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? These are movies that we glorify, and the actors that played the roles, a lot of them, people didn't want to kill them about, you know, being a gangster or a mafia boss or anything in these movies.
Yeah.
Then along came rap. When the rappers rapped about the same things that Al Pacino and these actors and stuff was acting, then all of a sudden they were tearing the community down. All of a sudden, the problems in the community came from the rappers when they were doing the exact same thing the actors were doing. The actors was just showing it to us.
Yeah.
We were letting you hear it, right? Now comes along a guy like Charleston White, who is now saying the same thing. His delivery is the same as the rappers and the actors. But now he's being attacked.
Yeah.
The same people that he was attacking, which was the rappers about their message to the community, now he's being attacked for his delivery to the rappers and the community. Are you following me?
I'm with you.
Okay. So now I want to put that on a bowl right here. My question to you, Beehive, because you're a lot smarter than me when it comes to this.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
I'm with you.
Is it okay to come to a show, buy tickets for a show, come there, you're heckling a person, y'all, that's on stage. Of course, I don't know if there's a previous history there. Some people are saying that there is a previous history. I don't know that to be true.
Okay.
But hecklers come to comedy shows all the time. I have seen Cat Williams speak on it. I have seen some of the biggest comedians say, if you don't know how to deal with hecklers, you're not going to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Because there are people that come there just to talk like crazy to you in the thing. Okay. So my point is, does Charleston White have the right to go after all these different organizations about rap, about a lot of different rappers? I'm not going to yell no names. He's got into it with some of the biggest rappers. If you go on the internet, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Does he have the right to be able to speak about the message that the rappers are giving to the community and not be attacked for it? That's my question that I'm posing to you.
Okay, once again, it goes back to the delivery. You have the right to say whatever you want to say, but how you deliver it is a whole nother situation right there. We got into this, recently when me and Turk was talking to D1 about his delivery with Rick Ross and Meek Mill.
Okay.
I think a lot of times you can say what you want to say, but you got to add the finesse to it.
Okay.
And if you get to cussing people out, I mean, you got to be willing to deal with the backlash of the way that you speak to people, because everybody's not going to allow you to talk to them any kind of way and not do something to you. That's just where I'm at with it.
And I feel that, but isn't that the same thing that he's checking the rappers about their delivery and their content? Well, see, I'm trying to figure out what is the difference between the average gangster rapper in the street and the drill music rappers that's different than Charleston White. What is the difference? What is it on? Is it on beat? Is it because they're saying the same message on over music?
Well,
what is the difference? So because they're mad at Charleston, their delivery is just as vulgar and just as sideways to the community, and so Charleston checked it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And they're mad that he checked it, but I'll turn right around and check him for his delivery. That's what I'm saying. It seems like a double-edged sword to me. Like there's no win when it comes to this, because he's doing the very same thing that the rappers have been doing. I ain't gonna say the rappers, because I'm in that group. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we have been doing for the last 25 years. We have been talking crazy. We've been calling our female bitches and hoes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So on my records, why don't you as a father, why you ain't slap me out about calling the females business hoe, knowing you have girls?
How do we know I haven't?
Don't start putting out lies. Start putting out
but what I will say though, Wick, I feel like this when I'm looking at this whole Charleston White situation, it looks like if you can't beat him, he done joined them.
He's joined who?
He's joined the same thing that he was fighting against. He came out trying to beat him, doing it the political way,
correct,
the nice guy way.
Right.
But then he said, you know what? I can't beat him that way, so I'm going to join him. But by joining him, now his life is in danger.
I get that. And then here's another caveat to this whole thing that I would throw this out if Charleston White is listening or any of his followers. I say this to you all the time. I come up here to talk to talk with you guys, drop the game. I rapped, because of the same reason, to get out of the game.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? He had already successfully pivoted to comedy.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Do you got 5 foot in comedy and 5 foot still in the streets? Because I say this to say this. I'm not gonna put my wood in my wallet. I'm not gonna, if I'm Charleston White at that particular point when people are walking up to me on stage, I'm leaving. Like he said in the video, I already got my back end.
Yeah.
So therefore, now as a artist that's performing in a club, if this club cannot protect me, if you're gonna let a person walk up on me, you're a featured speaker for the night.
Yeah.
That shows me the respect or lack of respect that you have for me. Yeah. So if I were Charleston White, once I saw that these guys are coming up on me and there is no security besides my couple of partners, to protect me, then at that particular point right there, I said the club don't care nothing about me and I'm walking out the back with the money. That's the first thing. Now I would ask you this right here: if you have transitioned to comedy, why would you sit there and want to fight? Because here's the deal. If you get a reputation out here for promoters as a person that's gonna bring fights and stuff to the different clubs or arenas.
He's just crunk music all over
They
again.
won't book you.
Yeah.
You'll start messing up your own bookings because the promoters say, well, I ain't got insurance, and can they come in here and you saw what happened? You got to buy new mics and new speakers and no telling what else they tore up in the back. That was just in the front on the stage.
Yeah.
Drinks are spilling, glasses are busted. What if somebody stepped on a glass, in the middle of the screen? You know how when black people run, we drop stuff.
Exactly.
I might step on something because now I'm suing the club. It's too much.
Yeah.
So me, if I were Charleston White, once I saw that the security, that the club did not have my back, because that's how I would have interpreted that, I would have walked out the back with the money. That's what I would have done. Now, what would you have done in that situation?
Well, see, for Charleston, the way I feel about what I'm seeing right now, I think Charleston has to realize that he's here. And he doesn't have to go no further. You are in the realm, in the area that you was trying to get into. You got all of the lights on you and the cameras on you, following you around, watching everything that you do now. So you don't no longer have to put on that same show of being aggressive. He could actually go back to the person that he was before all of this and start to collaborate with folks and find ways to move the culture forward. Because there's nobody that should be able to say in the hip hop culture, I don't know who Charleston White is right now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I think he needs to focus on building more bridges, because the whole thing is, he's headed for self-destruction if he continues down the path that he's going.
Now, what particular part are you feeling like is destructive? It's the delivery of the message that he said. Is it singling out different camps and going at them personally?
You can't just keep on saying F everybody. Okay, you here.
Okay.
You here.
Okay.
You done got into the party. You done bullied your way into the party.
Okay.
Now don't come in the party still saying F everybody, because then you're going to have to get ushered back out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, now that you in the party, man, say, hey, you know what? Let's work together, y'all. How can we come together? What kind of common ground can we find to help these kids and move his agenda that he originally set for himself and the community forward, now that he has the influence to do so? And that's the whole thing.
But how can he be high when people are coming to the shows trying to jump him? You
got to be peaceful.
So there's on him to be peaceful. It ain't on the people that came to bought a ticket to come to his shows to heckle him and to beat him. They don't need to be peaceful. See. I get what you're saying. What you're saying is, okay, he needs to extend the olive branch to some of the people that he's alienated. Yeah. I get that 100%. Yeah. But what if now it's too late for that? What if those same people now, they don't want to receive that olive branch? They want to take it now to 100. It's there because you have people like that. Nah, you don't turn the light on. We're not turning it back off.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So now what does he do for those people that don't want to work with him, that don't want to sing Kumbaya, that they want his head, like some of the guys that was there the other night?
Well, he going to have to show up, and he showed up. That's just the bottom line. You got to show up. You done made your bed, you got to lie in it, and when it's time to show up, you got to show up. Charleston White showed up on time, and I ain't mad at him. But the whole thing is that moving forward, he needs to find a way to bridge the gap with the people so that he don't have to deal with this going forward. That's my whole thing. You need to find a way to mend those fences and start to really impress the world with your vision that you have for the people. If you want to do some prison reform, if you want to do some education reform, if you want to help the homeless, if you want to help, at-risk youth, now is the time to reach out to the TIs that got a big old platform and say, hey, Tip, I want to do something to try to help save the kids.
On Tip.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You need to find a way to mend that damn fence.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
Just because it's broken don't mean it got to stay broke.
That's true. We saw with Gucci and Tip and Jeezy and Gucci.
You just got to come with an honest heart and really be about making shit right.
Right.
That's my whole thing. See, the issue is, he done pivoted, but now he's pivoting right back to where the hell he came from, which is crazy ass shit.
Right.
So you pivoted out of it just to pivot right back into it and have to deal with all of the drama that comes along with it. See, my whole thing is this. If you really got issues and agendas that you want to push, the path of least resistance is always the best way to get the job done. And having to fight for your damn life while you're on the stage doesn't sound like the path of least resistance to me.
I agree.
It sounds like you might wind up not even getting there because that opposition might get so damn strong, it might usher you right back out of the party.
But is it right? I understand you're telling me I understand the call. cause. I understand. I get it. I understand what the cause is.
Yeah.
What its vision is.
Yeah.
I understand the cause of the other people. A lot of the don't want to be exposed. I don't want my name called.
Yeah.
You could have called anybody's name but mine.
Yeah.
So when you called my name, you made it personal.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of rappers feel.
Yeah.
If you accept the culture itself,
come on.
the rappers itself, y'all message is killing the community or blah blah. But when you say be high,
yeah.
now you make you put an address on it.
Exactly.
Understand? So I get it. You know, but my thing is he wrong as far as should his life be in jeopardy over that? That's the question I have to you. It's just words. He ain't trying to kill nobody.
Well, no. If you say be high and it's followed by a bunch of bitch ass niggas and motherfuckers behind it, then you're gonna have a problem when you see me. Son.
Right.
There's gonna be an issue when you see me.
Right, and
that's just the bottom damn line. So if you call my name and you put a lot of sirs and great guys behind it, then you're not gonna have a problem when you see me.
You're open then.
I'm a little bit more open to communication.
Man, you know what? And I'm glad you said that because another thing my mother used to always tell me, it was this right here. She was saying that, when it's how a person comes to you.
Yeah.
So meaning, if you come to me and you say, okay, hypothetically, hey, I need you to go out there and cut the grass, I'm even though if I don't want to cut the grass, you said I need you to go out there and cut the grass, I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
But if you say, lazy ass, bitch ass nigga, you need to get out there and cut the grass. Everything after that right there, I don't even hear.
You don't even hear.
Right. I could be dead wrong in something.
Exactly.
Dead wrong. You can see me on video doing it.
Exactly.
I'm stealing out the store packing now laters. I used to love now laters when I was young. But if you say bitch ass nigga, goddamn, whoa. What I did in my head doesn't matter after. I don't want to hear nothing else you have to say after that point.
Exactly.
What I did doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's the entire thing is sad because on one hand, I know exactly what you said. You can't come to the cookout and start calling niggas bitches out.
Yeah.
That's in the hood. That's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that, Charleston.
Well, see,
but at the same time, sometimes be high.
Yeah.
It takes for you to come just like the people that you are trying to influence to get them to see what you're really saying.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to come at them with salt instead of sugar to get a person's attention.
Oh yeah, well I agree with that 1,000%. But see, the whole thing is it's the finesse and the communication. Once you got their attention, now it's time for you to use your intellectual ability to figure out a way to transition this communication to something that wasn't as negative to something that is positive.
So who was right or wrong you saw the video. Mm-hmm. You're sitting back looking at it.
Yeah.
A third party.
Yeah.
Judge Hightower.
Yeah.
You see the video, who is wrong?
I'm going to put it on the club because that man should have had security line in the front of that stage. You got Charleston White, who was a polarizing character, coming to hit your stage, and it could be anybody in this crowd. He needs to be protected the whole time that he's there. That's something that you need to budget into the back end to make sure that Charleston White can get in there and get out of there safely.
I agree with you 1,000%.
You see what I'm saying? That's what happens when you get folks in the same room. That's going to happen.
And
who is going to be there? You need a mediator there.
You need a mediator. And another thing, too, and I'm going to leave it on this note right here. I saw a lot of people coming down, my timeline under the video in the comments at the Real Ghetto Mafia. In case y'all not following me on Instagram, that's the only one I have. But I saw a lot of people was kind of split down the middle. Some people saying that Charleston could have easily, when you have the right to stand your ground in any situation.
Yeah.
When you're at home, that's your last place of refuge.
Yeah.
So you protect that with your life. But when you're in a public setting and you have a way out of something, in the court of law, you need to take that way out. Mm-hmm. So meaning what Charleston was not backed in a corner. He came in that back door, he could have left that back door. Plus you have the higher ground by being on stage. You see a man come walking up to you. Mm-hmm. So now at that particular point, you could have left. Now me, I probably would have did exactly what Charleston did because of my pride.
Yeah.
I have an imaginary line that if you cross that line, if you coming up to me, in my head, if you step across that line right there, I'm going all the way. I'm fearing for my life.
Yep.
And it's not close enough to where Will got to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
That ain't my imaginary line.
No.
My imaginary line is right along where Charleston's was.
Exactly.
You
and
come
I'm
to
gonna
that,
attack your ass.
You come to the end of that. You come there, you know what I'm saying? But could he have left too to avoid the entire could he have just said what you just said? Hey, how are they able to walk up on me? What kind of establishment is this? Drop the mic and leave.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably what he'll be doing the next time, because I don't think that Charleston need to be out here fighting these folks, because that's another thing too. You know, in this game of life, Wick, you know, it's only so many times you're gonna get away unscathed.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
And that's my whole thing. It's like before, and we shouldn't even be having to have this conversation. It should be more so, okay, Charleston then captivated everybody's minds and got their attention, and look at the legislation that he's working on now. Look at the building, the center that he done opened up now.
Correct.
And look at these rappers that he's been able to organize together to actually go back into the community and do some stuff.
Right.
But, you know, when you alienate folks and you polarize and you don't never bring it back in, you just keep on digging in deeper, then you're going to look up and you're going to get situations like what we got now. And my whole thing is somebody in his camp needs to say, all right, man, time out. Time out. It's time to reevaluate the game plan and figure out how we're going to do this moving forward, because, hey, man, this is going to mess up the money, and also your life is in jeopardy. See, that's the other part. Nobody wants to believe that their life is in jeopardy until it's gone.
Till it's gone. I agree with you.
You see what I'm saying? Let's just stop that. Let's just go ahead and preserve ourselves, because and use ourselves without our best and highest use, which is not fighting for our damn life, but actually moving the culture forward. And that's where I'm at with that.
Well, I'll leave it at this right here. You know, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, OG Pistol. You know, he's the one that
Pistol?
Pistol turned me on to Charleston. I don't know Charleston White personally. I have spoken to him on the phone.
Yeah.
When we spoke on the phone, he sounded like he had it all the way together.
Yeah.
I am, you know, willing to work with Charleston to do what you said as far as, hey, Let's change it now.
Yep.
You've already, like you said, you made a great analogy. You've already bullied your way in the party.
Exactly.
Let's reevaluate this now. Let's try to come up with a different game plan. If Jeezy and Gucci can do it, I always go back to that.
Yeah.
Lives were lost.
Come on.
If those two can come together for the culture, anybody can. I'm going to leave it at that right there.
Hey, man, you snap once again, Wick. Be High Radio shouted. Big Galaxy.
Yes, sir.
Holla at y'all in a minute, man.